birthday, Garrett. Happy birthday, Doc G. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Garrett. Happy birthday, Doc G. Happy birthday. Do you know what today is? It's your anniversary. Anniversary. Do you know what today is? It's your anniversary. Made just for you. Smile for me. If you could smile out for me. Dr. Garrett Duncan, what can I say, man? I can remember 20 years ago on your 40th birthday, I was in your office chilling like a villain with you on your 40th birthday. That was back in February 2001, February 1st, 2001. And you were saying you'll give you a new Cadillac, and your goal was to get a new Cadillac in the summertime to drive cross country from St. Louis to the Bay, your beloved Bay area. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the ships roll in. Okay, that Bay, because you from the Bay area. And I can't believe that was 20 years ago. I was actually 20 years old and you was 40. Now I'm 40, 20 years later. And you almost made it to your 60th Life Affirmation Day, the first posthumous one. We lost you back in December. You are now a righteous ancestor. But I wanted to do this because I wanted people to know my thoughts about you for posterity. I was introduced to you through our good friend, the beautiful sister, Dr. Wimetta Talavajalo. She introduced us. We hit it off right on the bat. You know, you asked me who sent me, who taught me. I said I wasn't taught by anybody. You know, you was impressed by my knowledge and my talk. And I know what made us bond was the fact of our love of baseball. Like, you had the same all-time outfield that I had. You know, we were both big fans of Barry Lamar Bonds. You had him in the left field, center field, Willie Mays, the Say Hey Kid, you know, Barry Bonds' godfather. And then we had in right field, Roberto Clemente. All three guys, we call them the riflemen. You know, they powerful bats, powerful arms, golden gloves galore, could hit the baseball for average, for home runs, for hits. I mean, we hit it off on that alone. So I never had a class from you. Your classes were always booked up, waiting list affair. But what you gave me was a place where I could be myself, a safe space, your office hours, where I would come to visit you like I visited you on your 40th birthday 20 years ago. There was a safe space for us to vent, for me to just express myself. And also, you was a great advocate for my artwork. You know, you put your money where your mouth was. You brought artwork for me. You supported me in my art shows when I was in school, and as well as after I graduated from WashU. You showed your support, man. You was very kind, generous with your support and love. So I'm never gonna forget that, because it was those type of relationships I had with people like you on and off campus that kept me in my sane state of mind. Because I mean, I've been through some things at WashU, some very traumatic stuff. In my take, you know, I had a nickname. He used to call me Mr. Unteachable. I mean, I had professors that I never took classes from call me Mr. Unteachable. But what I love about you, Dr. Duncan, is you a very lovable guy. You was a big guy. You could be intimidated for some people, but you had a beautiful smile, had the perfect bald head, you know, shiny bald head, you know, chocolate, you know, just dressed to the nines, shoe game on point, bow tie game on point. That's a good brother, man. Sharp brother, sharp wit. That's a good person to bounce ideas off of. Also, you know, you challenge people to be themselves. You challenge people to get in uncomfortable spaces in order to get comfortable with themselves. And that way you hiding the contradiction. So I'm thankful for that. Like I said, I never took a class from you, but class was always in session when we, met up in your office, And like I said, you truly was a thought provocateur, man. You said some interesting things. Like you told me one time that Thomas Edison was a Mexican. I never heard that before. You said Thomas Edison was a Mexican, and you was adamant about that. So I got to look that up again. But also, like I said, you get that, you get the perfect bald head, milk dud, shiny, bold, black, beautiful man. Also, we talked about your Jegna, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, the great Dr. Khalid Muhammad. You was in the Nation of Islam. You talk about those times where you was actually on security detail for the Fruit of Islam to protect Reverend Jesse Jackson when he was running for president back in the 80s. You was under the leadership of Dr. Khalid Muhammad, who actually became a righteous ancestor on February 17th, 20 years ago, your birthday month. So I remember I loved them conversations we had, man. I just been thinking about you a lot. I wanted to write you last year. I wanted to give you your flowers while you were still around because you was on my mind constantly. And I saw that you wasn't checking in on your Facebook on the regular. So I was like, man, let me just write this and give him this tribute. I was trying to find the photograph we took when you came to one of my art shows when I was an undergrad. And that really meant a lot to me, but I can't find it right now. But I wanted to do this on your birthday to give you this tribute, man. You was a very special brother. I remember you had told me something after I graduated. I wasn't able to receive it that season. I took it the wrong way. But now, many seasons later, it all makes sense. And I knew that you was in my corner, that you was like just giving me that tough love, man. So I want to let you know that there's no love lost between us. I know we haven't spoken in a while, but it did me good when we was able to, communicate a little bit on social media, on Facebook, and that you was a proud owner of this pitch, man. Like I said, you put your money where your mouth was. Like, it was one of my first prints I did in college in printmaking class called Jazz Alley, Charlie Parker, Miles Davis, Sidney Bechet, and Satchmo, Louis Armstrong. You brought one of the first prints I did, the first edition. And, gave me $300. You ain't had no problem giving me $300 for it. You framed it. You showed it off to your people. So, one thing, Doc, you was about the village, man. And I thank you and the other shining stars and, lights and stuff in my universe during that time in my life, because I couldn't have made it through WashU without people like you caring about me, giving me that village, giving me that sense of worth and a safe space to be myself, and to also challenge me to upgrade my game and to upgrade my way of thinking and viewing the world. I appreciate that gift. And it's interesting because you and another Dr. Duncan changed my life. I had a Dr. Duncan in high school that really put me on the right path, and then you helped, further me along as well. And I want to thank you, man, from the bottom of my heart. I know that you're looking out for me, whatever you may be. Energy never dies. But I feel like I have lost so many people. I'm still trying to process from last year and over the years, but specifically last year, I have lost a lot of people. I'm still haven't processed it yet. I'm still processing the loss of you. But I know that by you being a righteous ancestor, that you are giving me your permission and consent to fully be who I'm supposed to be a fully realized Brother Ron Cortez Hurd II, a.k.a. R2C2H2 the Artivist, a.k.a. Brother Ron. So thank you so much. I want to send love out, amplify blessings and condolences to your loved ones, to your sister, your nephews, your uncle, any and everybody that was touched by your bright light, by your genius. Like I said, Dr. Duncan, I'm glad you was a good man. You was always, most of the time, in a good mood. I remember one time you was not in a good mood. I remember, man, you was walking down the hallways of the African American studies department, man. It's like, your steps was like thunder, man. You were like a mythic god or something. Like, you just walking, it was thundering. Like, the whole hallway was shaking. And me and Professor Emmett Price, we was like, oh my God, let's got this brother's away. So you said, well, brother, why you got? I said, look, man, you kind of like on this mission, man. I didn't know you was a big angry black man, but you was a righteous angry black man. and you did things out of the love of your people and for love of community, and for that you would never be forgotten. You will always be in my heart, mind, and soul as I go through my sojourn. And thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In the words of the late great Duke Ellington, we love you madly, gone but never forgotten. Doc G. Like as you would say. What would you say, Doc G? You say you a nig player, shot caller, writing the papers that make folks holler. Until next time, I holler. One love.